Greetings, folks. This is Jason Sage with Jegas LLC, making a video here tonight just to show you how to add a user to vTigerCRM. First thing, when you log into your CRM, you're typically greeted with your home page. Just to give you a point of reference, in order to be able to add a user to vTigerCRM, you're going to need to make sure that you have this menu option here, Settings. If you do not have this menu option here, Settings, you're going to need to talk to your system administrator about giving you permission to be able to add users. That'll give you the Settings menu. In the Settings menu, there's a link to Users right here underneath the Users and Access Management heading. Go ahead and click that. In here you can see the list of people that are already users in the CRM system. By clicking the blue button, New User, it's blue on my theme, you get a form that has some required fields that need to be filled out. We'll add the John Doe fellow. We're going to make John Doe an admin, and we're going to give him a password of password, email, password again, active, first name John Doe, a security role, very important, and also potentially complicated if you're not used to how security systems work with CRM systems and computer software in general. We click the green button here and we basically get to assign a role, which makes sense for the role the person's actually going to do for your organization. And this is the stock list or stock hierarchy of available roles that you could assign. We're gonna make John a sales manager by just clicking this role. Now in vTiger, it's important to know that they have roles which are actually a bucket where the security permissions go. The security permissions in vTiger are called profiles. So the first thing when you really want to get into setting up your security and controlling accounts, fields that can be seen and edited, and these kind of things, the area you want to look is actually profiles. Once your profiles are set the way you like, you then place them into a role. You then assign a role to an actual end user. So you see there's a couple layers there, but I just wanted to point that out. This is where you select it when you're adding a new user. You select the role that you want to have assigned, and the user will then inherit those security permissions based on what security permissions or security profiles are in the role that you assign to them. Further down there are a lot of other data points, most of which are not required, and the labels alone should explain what they are. But one to note here is the internal mail composer. If you do not have that box checked, then the internal email client in vTiger will not allow the user, will not be available, the user will not be able to send emails, period, using the vTiger canned or built-in email client. Further down of note is the asterisk configuration. If you're using voice over IP, an asterisk is your PBX of choice, and it is configured to work with vTiger for you already. You would put in the user's extension here, and this flag right here would allow them to receive incoming calls. Basically, when a phone comes into the PBX, vTiger will give them a little pop-up window that gives them the opportunity to connect to the incoming call. Homepage components, these are things that can be turned on and off as far as a display. You can experiment with that. And the tag cloud display, which is a little subsystem throughout vTiger that allows you to put arbitrary text alongside of contacts and records, potentials, and what have you, that helps you search for things that might have similar tag items attached to them. So you might have a few different accounts that you might say, great customer, and you could do a search on the tag list. That would be great customer, and you would get everything that had great customer associated with it, whether it was accounts or contacts, wherever you had that tag text. Regardless, we're pretty much done here adding a user. All we have to do is hit the save button. And now you can see that we have John Doe as our user inside of the CRM. So we've successfully added a new user. That's great. I hope you have a great evening, and thanks for checking out Jegas LLC.